Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, and good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning.
Good morning. I've found that the process of working towards a goal can be one of the most gratifying things in life. Everyone here has set a goal for themselves, whatever it may be, with what they hope to achieve through Toastmasters. My own objective was, like many of you, to improve my public speaking skills, because I'm hopeful that this will one day shape me into a better physician. From a young age, my father taught me the importance of setting goals for myself. This has kept me motivated, focused, and conscientious in all the decision-making I've had in my life. However, something that my grandmother also taught me was to follow and look out for the signs that God laid out for me in life. And I truly feel that these two pieces of advice have helped lead me to choosing a career in medicine. Many of my earliest aspirations had to do with soccer. First, I wanted to make the JV high school soccer team, and through hard work and dedication, I achieved this. The following year, I developed new aims. I wanted to make the varsity high school soccer team. So, in the summer before my sophomore year, I worked harder than I ever had before, running at least 5 miles a day, working out with weights, practicing skills, in addition to practicing and competing with my club soccer team in tournaments. By August, just 2 months before I was meant to try out for my varsity soccer team, I knew that I was ready. I knew I was going to achieve my goal and make that team. I only had one club soccer tournament left in the summer before I began the transition to high school soccer. In the last game of that last tournament, in the last weekend of August, I was crashed into by another player on the opposing team. And this type of physicality is pretty normal in soccer. I'm sure many of you have watched soccer before. But this time it was different because I felt this excruciating pop in my left knee. I fell to the ground and I knew something was definitely wrong. The next day, my knee had swelled up like a balloon and I could not walk at all on it. Later that week, I found out that I had torn my ACL and lateral meniscus, which resulted in the need for reconstructive surgery and several months of physical therapy. All in all, it took around 7 months to fully recover, but I did. I got back on the soccer field, and the following summer, I was ready to try out for the varsity team as a junior. I just had one last club soccer tournament to play at the end of August on that same weekend as the previous year that I had torn my ACL. So in this last game, I'm running down the soccer field. I'm ready for my teammate to cross me the ball. I'm preparing to shoot. She crosses the ball. I plant my foot. I kick the ball. I miss the goal. And I also feel this excruciating pain in my right knee. I fall to the ground and I know this feeling already. I know what to expect in the months to come. Another reconstructive surgery, much more physical therapy, and that's what happened. I had torn my ACL and lateral meniscus again, just in the right knee. At least I'm evened out now, right? But eventually I did make it back to the soccer field, and I did make the high school varsity team my senior year. Although not playing in my sophomore and junior year basically eliminated any real chance I had to get an athletic scholarship, I was proud to have achieved my initial goal. And looking back today, although my injuries were frustrating at the time, they were two of the first things that truly made me get an interest in medicine. This interest persisted into college, and in the summer of my sophomore year, I decided to go on this healthcare mission to Nicaragua. There, I was able to witness the realities of extreme poverty, and I witnessed medicine in a completely new light, as this form of service to this incredibly deprived population. I remember one instance in particular where I was driving with my healthcare team on a bus, and I saw this, we were on our way to the hospital, and I saw this mother and her son walking along the roadside dressed in these tattered, dirty clothes. that boy was one of our patients later that day. Realizing that some of our patients quite literally walked miles and miles to receive our treatment made me long for a skill set that would be of more use to this population and the world. So by the end of that trip, I knew that I wanted to be a doctor and I wanted to serve the world through healthcare. Today, I'm so grateful for my father and grandmother's words of wisdom, and I continue to live by them. Always working towards a goal, and always on the lookout for God's guidance. With that, I leave you with a quote by a woman named Barbara Dillingham. Life is not a path of coincidence, happenstance, and luck, but rather an unexplainable, meticulously charted course for one to touch the lives of others and make a difference in the world. Mr. Johnson.